My name's Linda Carlisle, and I've lived in Cedar Falls, North Carolina my whole life. I'm 51, a CPA, and until this past Thanksgiving, I was a wife. A loyal one. For 26 years. Let me set the scene. We had just sat down for Thanksgiving dinner. Turkey, mashed potatoes, cranberry sauce, the whole 9 yards. My son Ben was telling a story about his college roommates when my husband Tom, stood up, tapped his wine glass with a spoon, and made an announcement. "I'm leaving Linda," he said. "I'm in love with someone else. Her name is Amber. She's 23. You could hear a fork hit the plate." Ben froze. My daughter Sarah turned ghost white. My sister nearly dropped her wine glass. Me? I wiped the corner of my mouth with my napkin and said, "Well, that was unexpected. Please pass the rolls. What else could I do?" He didn't stop there. Oh no. He raised his glass and said, "To new beginnings." No one toasted with him. Amber, for the record, is his assistant. She started working for him at his car dealership just 3 months ago. He hired her because, and I quote, "She's bright and gets my jokes." He dropped that bomb in front of our children, my sister, her husband, and both my elderly parents, right before dessert. The humiliation wasn't just private. He planned it. He wanted to burn the whole house down and make me watch. But here's the thing about betrayal. Sometimes it clears the fog. That night, as I was putting dishes into the dishwasher on autopilot, the landline rang. It was a voicemail from an attorney handling my great-uncle's estate. "Linda, we need to talk about your inheritance. It's urgent." The next morning, I found out that Uncle Morris, whom everyone assumed had spent his final years playing chess and feeding squirrels, had left me nearly $5 million in real estate and investments. Not a dime to anyone else. Just me. All of it legally separated from marital assets. Suddenly, Tom's little drama looked like a sitcom pilot with no renewal. And he had no idea. Tom and I met in college. He was charming in the way that made women overlook red flags. I was the serious one, the planner, the one who knew about budgeting and taxes by 19. I supported him through 3 failed business ventures. I went back to work 6 weeks after having both our kids. I managed the books, the bills, the bake sales. I sacrificed quietly. Meanwhile, he started wearing tighter shirts, whitening his teeth, and, get this, buying beard oil. For a man who couldn't trim his mustache without nicking his lip, he suddenly thought he was GQ material. When he hired Amber, I got that weird itch in my brain. You know the one. But I ignored it. Why? Because we don't want to believe that the person we built a life with could torch it for some flirty intern who thinks The Office is a retro show. But that itch came back full force when I surprised him at work with lunch and caught the sound of giggling through a locked office door. That night, he told me he was bored and felt invisible. He said Amber saw the real him. "She's 23, I said. At 23, everything's exciting, even kale. After the lawyer confirmed my inheritance, I stayed quiet. I played the role. I let him talk about how he'd be fair and that we could settle things like adults. He even had the nerve to suggest I pay him monthly installments for his share of the house, the same house I bought with my savings. The one I refinanced while he blew through our emergency fund, fixing up a Corvette we never drove. I smiled and told him I'd think about it. In the meantime, I hired a forensic accountant. Guess what he found? Tom had forged my name on a business loan, a massive one. He'd also racked up $60,000 in credit card debt, in my name. All to fund weekend getaways and boutique hotel stays with Amber. So when Tom asked to stop by and pick up a few things, I wasn't surprised he brought her with him. Amber strutted into our bedroom like she owned the place. "You must be Linda," she said, chewing gum and scrolling her phone. "I am," I replied. "Has Tom told you about the investigation?" That got her attention. She sat up straighter. "What investigation?" I handed her a folder. Inside, fraud, credit card theft, forged signatures, and bank statements. Her eyes darted across the pages like they were on fire. "You lied to me," she snapped at him. "Amber, wait." "No," she said, backing away. "You told me she was cold, that she controlled everything, that she took from you." She slammed the door on her way out. The look on his face? Priceless. A week later, Tom agreed to a settlement meeting. His face was gray. His lawyer looked like he wanted to be anywhere else. "I just want to move on," Tom mumbled. "We don't have to destroy each other." "Too late," my attorney replied. "We have enough for criminal charges." He paled. I slid over photos of our life. Our wedding, our kids, holidays, and then the terms. He gives up all rights to the house. He pays back the fraudulent loan. He waives any claim to my business or inheritance. I give him one thing: the building where his dealership operates, rent-free for 5 years. He stared at the document. "You own the building?" he said, stunned. "I own a lot of things now," I replied, "but I no longer own any part of you." He signed. 6 months later, I rebranded the inherited company under my name, Carlisle Holdings. I've expanded into 3 more properties and doubled the foundation's scholarships for women in finance. Tom still runs his dealership in my building. We only communicate through rent reminders. I've heard he tried dating again, but the younger women figured him out. The older ones knew better. As for Amber, she moved to Arizona, started an eyelash studio. Good for her. Some nights I sit on my back porch with a glass of wine and think about that Thanksgiving, about how he tried to humiliate me, not knowing I was about to rise higher than I ever had. So here's my question for you. Was I too harsh? Should I have destroyed him legally when I had the chance? Or did I handle it with just the right amount of power and peace? Let me know in the comments. Have you ever been blindsided like this? What would you have done? Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more true stories that'll make you think twice about what people hide behind a smile.